Megan, it's great to see you.
Thanks.
I mentioned pulling out the cots later. Is it one of those nights, or do we end up coming back tomorrow? Because these guys want to go home, right?
They do want to go home, and the jet fumes always
Yes.
powerful motivator, like I say. We're hearing late evening tonight, which could mean 7 p.m. or 11 p.m., but it seems like it will be before sunrise. So.
Okay.
Okay, well, there you go. Of course, we may have a few amendments to get through first. Stephen Dennis, who of course is our Senate whisperer here at Bloomberg, says that they're scheduled now at 1:15 to vote on Senator Mike Lee's amendment. That's an effort that is almost certain to fail. Basically, all of these amendment votes, Megan, are likely to fail. But I guess it's just you got to be seen in the act of trying if you're these senators.
Yes, it's essentially part of the deal to get this. Believe it or not, this is an expedited process that the Senate is undergoing. It could drag out for a few more days. So in order to get this agreement, this time agreement, they had to agree to allow these conservative Republicans to offer amendments that, as you said, will fail. If they were to pass, that would cause huge problems because then it would have to go back to the House for amendment. But we are not expecting that.
Are we hearing hemming and hawing about TikTok? Or everyone is kind of hiding behind the fact that this has been extended to up to a year for divestiture, because there were a lot of senators not prepared to vote to pass that when it was a standalone bill.
Sure. So Senator Cantwell of Washington, who's chairwoman of the Commerce Committee, a lot of the changes that she had asked to be implemented, including the longer time for the divestiture, were implemented in the House bill. So she is now on board with it. So we're expecting to see pretty much, strong support across both parties with the, outliers in,
Sure.
like Senator Rand Paul and Senator Mike Lee.
Could this actually get more than the 70 votes this very similar package garnered the first time around? Could we actually see that bipartisan majority expanding when this vote finally happens?
We could. I haven't run the numbers exactly, but there's certainly something in here for just about everyone to like, which is why it passed the House in those sort of
In parts.
bits, in parts, yes. And so with the Senate voting on it in one comprehensive bill, if you support Israel, if you support Gaza, if you support Ukraine, there's something in there for you to vote for.
We're hearing the term coalition government on the daily now, in this program at least. It's not a formal power sharing agreement, but with what we have seen over the past couple of days with Mike Johnson, is it worth that type of framing, or is this just a bipartisan government working and no one recognizes it?
I think it is a bipartisan government working, and this is how Congress should work. We just haven't seen it work this way in quite some time. And what you saw happen in the House, while very unusual, getting Democrats on board to push this bill through on over various procedures that ultra-conservatives were opposing, that's deal making. That's kind of good old-fashioned deal making that we just don't see happen in Washington very often anymore.